So, as you know, I'm not a financial advisor. I have no idea what I'm doing. You should not make any investments based on anything that I say. I'm just telling you what I've done because this channel is for my friends that are all over the world so that they know what's going on in my life so I don't have to repeat myself over and over. You guys just happen to jump along for the journey. I just heard about something called, I need advice because I don't know. I wasn't able to do research today. It was a very busy day for me. dogebsc. So apparently there's something that came out same way that we've been buying all the cryptos. It's called dogebsc, and apparently it's Binance's solution to buying Doge. I don't understand that. I have to do more research. But basically for $15, I got 50,000 shares. I also bought Hoj, if you guys know from the past. I invested a shitload of money in there, and I'm down a lot. So I'm hoping that redeems itself. If not, that's considered the biggest L I have, and that'll probably balance out some of the capital gains that I made. So whatever. There's a lot of like these meme coins that are coming out. I call them meme coins because everybody's talking about them. They just came out. They only have like 200 to 2,000 addresses that have purchased anything or that are holding. They're all deflationary coins. I'm looking for real technology that I can invest in. So if you guys hear of anything, please add it to the list so we can all learn. Somebody was telling me about helium, which seems like a lucrative company, but it's at $17.80 a share. Part of me is like, just buy one, but I couldn't buy it because it's on Binance and they don't let you buy it on PancakeSwap. So I'm like, forget it. I'm not going to go through all that. I went through all whatever to buy Ecomi. But then I learned that Bitforex, the exchange Bitforex, you can buy crypto without Ethereum fees. Had I known that before I spent all that money on Hoj, the stupid fees, and FEG the first time I bought it, I would have had an extra like $180 to invest in other things. So I'm letting you guys know so you could learn from my mistakes, because that's the kind of person I am. I am going to be, well, if COVID allows, from October to October, I'm going to be traveling for a year, and I'm going to be trying to do multiple documentaries, like film, 1 week at a time. Each week is a different documentary in the month. I'm going to see if I can find some crypto people to talk to in each country. I'm not going to find them in each country, but I'm going to try. I'm going to Portugal, and a lot of them are in Portugal, so that should be fun. But I'm going to start looking around. So if there's any crypto people in any of these countries that want to be interviewed by me, I'm not paying you. I'll just show up on my camera, interview you, and put you on the channel. Or, my Patreon account or whatever. I'm going to be going to Portugal, Lisbon, Portugal, Valencia, Spain, Osaka, Japan, Bali, Hanoi, Vietnam, Chiang Mai, Thailand, Split, I think it's Split, Croatia, somewhere in South Africa, Colombia, I think it's Medellin in Colombia, someplace in Brazil, I have to look that up, Peru. I'm going to be all throughout Peru though. I'm going to like take flights and planes. I'll go anywhere in Peru. I want to check out the whole country. I don't want to go back if I don't have to. And it's funny because my brother and my sister, they're half Peruvian, and so is my stepfather. So it would have been nice if they were there, but my stepfather just moved to Spain. So when I'm in Spain, I'm going to go hang out with him. And then there was one other country, Mexico City, Mexico. But I'm also going to fly all over Mexico. And then I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So 12 countries, 12 months. I'm actually getting a P.O. box this week if anybody wants to donate to the, and I'm going to actually do the nonprofit status soon. But like if you have camera equipment, audio equipment, any tips and tricks, how to pack for a year, anything that I could benefit from, because this is the trip of my life and I'm actually pursuing my passion and my dream and taking a risk. And you know, I'm like, I'm doing okay with the YouTube channel. I kind of like the way I look on camera some days, so let's make documentaries. No, I've been planning this for many years, like 5 or 6 years, this specific documentary about indigenous people and like the way that they heal. And it's going to be very different. Most other documentaries focus on like indigenous cultures and they show you their culture. I want to know how you heal. I want to know your thought process of why you do certain things. And I have my questions. So that's my personal passion project, and I'm just pursuing it because I'm like, if not now, when? I want to get pregnant one day, so I better get this out of my system, do it now, and maybe get pregnant next year, when I find my husband. And then so I wanted to let you guys know that, so you guys can help me if you know anybody in any of these countries that's into crypto, or like is a crypto lead, or is in a lead to an indigenous culture that can provide me with a translator and then set up the interviews for me to meet these indigenous people. What else? It's just me by myself with my camera. I don't have like a crew. I'm not sponsored by anything. This is just my passion project. It's just like me. My portfolio went back up. So I told you guys before, I invested a total of $3,500 in the last year, and it grew to $25,000. Then it dropped to $17,000, and now it's up to like $21,000. But it's probably up to more because it's not counting what's in my, you know, like all these new ones that I'm buying and how they've gone up. So it's like another $1,000. And then the place that I have it in isn't calculating some of the other ones, so it's probably a little bit more. And I'm one of those people, like, I just want to talk to you about strategies. So basically, like, the whole point of crypto is you're supposed to buy. When it goes up a certain amount, whether it's 10x, 100x, whatever your number is, sell. When it goes down, buy on the dip. Go back up, sell. Buy on the dip. Go back up, sell. Buy on the dip. Go back up, sell. That's how you make money. I'm too scared to sell and then it doesn't go back down. It just keeps going up. And then I have to buy at a higher rate. Or like when it gets there, it's like it's almost at my number and then it never hits my number and then it drops back down. And I'm like, like with Turtle Coin. I'm like really upset about that now that I think about it, but I try not to think about it. Where I was up to $2,000 off a $24 investment, $25 investment. And I didn't sell. I should have sold half. Got the $1,000. And then when it dropped, it would have dropped down to like 500. And I still would have been up. And then when I sold that, you know what I mean? Or I could have kept it just to see what's going to happen with Turtle version 2, but I didn't. I waited. It dropped down to 1,000, right? I cashed out like $200 and then it dropped down to 1,000, just $200. So I did make a profit. And then it went down to 868 and then I got scared. So I sold. It's still up. I only spent $25 on it. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it. But I still have to pay capital gains on all of that. That's half. So half of whatever I make, I got to pay in taxes, right? And most people don't save any of the money that they cash out on. So remember that you really need to save that. And if there's a way that you can write off some of it, then bonus for you at the end of the year. But you're supposed to put the money away, right? And then, what is that? And then, so I was up, but I could have been up more. I was too scared, you know, because this is new. I'm new to crypto. I've only been trading since January. You know, we're in April right now. So I'm new to all of this, right? This is 2021. And this is all monopoly money that I'm playing with. You know, I still have to take out my initial investment, which I'm probably going to take out soon. I'm waiting for Ripple to finally blow up. And VeChain to go to like $1 or more. And then I'll pull out some money. But I did cash out some Dogecoin, just $1,000. It's not a lot. And it's just sitting there. I haven't touched it. I'm probably just going to leave it there for the taxes for all the other crypto that I exchanged to buy more crypto. So just keep that in mind, you guys. Like, it sounds like, oh, so much is happening. It really isn't, because at the end of the day, I'm paying more money in fees and capital gains because it's all within a year. Like, the longer you hold crypto, the less you pay in the long run. But I did all these short, small trades all within a short period of time. At the end of the day, I'm gonna have to pay a lot. Well, not a lot, but I mean a lot more than I would have expected. I already expected 50%. So keep that in mind. You should keep a detailed record of, like, if you buy Bitcoin, but you have to buy the Bitcoin to change it to BNB, then you send the BNB to another wallet so you can buy another crypto. I don't think you should be taxed for any of that, because you're paying fees every transaction. You're losing money every transaction until you buy the crypto you need. So that's not fair for you to have to pay for every transaction. I think the fee should cover that, you know, unless you want to claim it as a loss. Like, I bought $100 worth of Bitcoin, and then by the time it got to my wallet to buy this other thing, I ended up having like $94. So it's a $6 loss, you know, plus the fees, you know, or including the fees, but you have to break it down. It's like, what? That's a lot of record keeping. So I'm just letting you guys know so that when you start doing it, you can keep records. So, like, and it's hard because, like, if you're buying Bitcoin is like a fraction of a price. So you have to look at the dollar amount and figure that out. I don't know if you're supposed to keep track of the fractional amount and then your accountant goes into that day and decides, you know, but how do they know? Because if you bought it in the morning or at night, or you sold in the morning or at night, they're different prices because the price fluctuates. So I keep my records in dollars, where I'm like, I bought $100 worth of this, or I traded $100 worth of this. Or what I'll do is, like, I'll trade it into USDC or USDT to see what the dollar value is. But that's still an exchange and it's still money. It's frustrating. And I try my best to keep track of the fees, but sometimes I forget to keep records of them. So just keep that in mind when you're dealing with your crypto. I've been looking up a lot of these countries that are crypto friendly. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. And all of these other countries to see where you can get dual citizenship or where you could live where it's affordable. And I have I have a page on Facebook called Let Me School You. So it's facebook.com/letmeschoolyu. And that'll take you to my page. And then that's where I post all of the videos that I've been watching that I think are worth watching, or anything interesting. And that's, you know, you can find the videos there of the YouTube videos. So that way you don't have to click on the link. You could just click on the video, because Facebook will actually show you what the video is, you know? Or you could even watch it on Facebook, whatever. But I'm doing that kind of research, and I found that there's a place called Vanuatu. It's in the Seychelles. I don't know. It's either off the coast of Madagascar or near the Seychelles, or it's near Australia. Two totally different places, right? I think it's near Australia. Vanuatu. And basically, to get your dual citizenship, you have to pay $180,000. Let me just stop quoting. I'm really bad. I got into a car accident a few years ago, and I have brain damage, so I forget a lot of things. I used to be a personal assistant to millionaires and billionaires. I used to do some of the most complex mathematical equations in my head without a calculator. I got into the car accident. I had neck surgery, back surgery, 2 knee surgeries. My brain was not functioning right. I would look at my boyfriend at the time, and I would be like, give me the pony. And I would be pointing at the remote control, and he would pass me the remote control. Like, my brain was not processing information properly. So I did a lot of brain games myself, because the neurologist that I paid basically stole my money and did nothing to help me. Dr. Golzad. And he would argue it's because I didn't go in and take the tests. But the tests were stupid. They were like memory games that were like childish. And then I had to pay $250 for each time I went. I'm like, I'm not paying $250 to take this stupid puzzle game thing. Nobody's ever sat down with me and broken it down to me or explained that I'm getting better or anything. Like, there's no feedback whatsoever. I was like, forget it. So I did my own stuff. I bought, like, I love Kakuro math puzzles, and I took care of that. Anyway, I did my own brain games, my own brain puzzles. I fixed myself. And now I'm at a better place, but I always forget words, and I forget little bits and pieces of information that used to be so easy for me to remember. So now I have to write everything down. So I have this giant planner that I write everything down so I can remember what I did yesterday, because I'll forget. and I could remember what research I was doing. So it's called Vanuatu. You need $180,000 citizenship by investment. And it's $180,000 to become a citizen there, but they accept crypto. So if you blow up in crypto and you want to go ahead and get your second citizenship, you can go to Vanuatu, you could send the money in crypto, and you can get a second passport. I thought that was amazing. Then there's Dominica, where you can pay $150,000 and you can get your second citizenship within like 4 months. It's the easiest one to get, they say. Montenegro, which I was actually thinking about visiting Montenegro, that's $300,000 in either, sometimes it's just, you have to give it to the government as a donation, and sometimes you have to buy property there. The larger amounts, like 300,000, 400,000, that's usually property. But if it's under 200,000, it's usually donation. Sorry. St. Lucia, you need to do a donation of 100,000 for a single person, 165,000 for a couple, 190,000 for a family of 4. And you have to do a $200,000 real estate investment. And then for Grenada, it's $150,000 donation, $350,000 government approved real estate project. That's a lot of money. That's $500,000. I'm not going to Grenada. St. Kitts, it's $150K donation and a $400K real estate investment. And then Antigua is a $200,000 donation plus a real estate investment. And Antigua has 365 islands. I would probably end up doing Vanuatu. I'm actually looking to invest in one of those dollar homes that they have and then putting like another $30,000 to fix it. Because I'd rather buy a property in Italy or Australia for $1 and then fix it up and have that property than to not have anything. And what I was thinking is they want you to be a citizen, and I don't want to give up my American citizenship. So I was thinking if I get a second citizenship, like I can get a dual citizenship by my parents because I'm Dominican, I'm the first generation American. I would pay for that because that's probably going to cost me $2,000 to $4,000, which is so much cheaper than all of these, and then give up that citizenship to get the property in either Australia or Italy or wherever they have the dollar homes. You know, they have these dollar homes all over, trying to like revive the community. So keep that in mind. These are just things I want to throw at you guys so that you can think about like, what am I going to do with my crypto gains, and what can I do, or what are my options, or I don't make that much money, and how am I supposed to survive? Well, you may not survive in America, but you might be able to live somewhere else and survive very well. There was another video about places that you could survive with for under $1,500 and live very well. That video is also on my page, facebook.com/letmeschool you, so check that out. I'm going to create a Patreon account for my travels in case you guys want to donate and see like the footage or whatever. But I'll give you more information about that later. So you are learning a lot in this one. There was something else I wanted to talk to you guys about. I talked about dogebsc. I don't know if it's real or not, because that guy Torin, I put his link down a couple of videos ago. I stopped doing it because everything that I've invested in went up and then dropped. So I'm like, they're like pump and dump things, but then I'm holding, which is why I never put more than $15 in anything he recommends anymore. Because I'm like, what if one of them, just one of them, does well? Like right now, Safe Moon's doing the best. I actually believe Safe Moon's gonna do well overall. FEG, I'm not doing that great on. Dogecoin, disaster. Safe Mars actually made a profit. It's keeping it. It's like I invested like I think $20 or $30 and it's up to like $100. Same thing with like Pig Token. Those things are like up 200%, you know, but I only invested so little. So then there's other ones that like went down automatically, like Secured Moonrat. That didn't do anything, but they're in the middle of a conversion from like Moonrat to Secured Moonrat. So a lot of people don't like that when a coin migrates into something else. So that's a whole nother thing. But I literally only put like $3 in and it's already at 46 cents. So I don't know if it's because of the migration or whatever. I don't believe in any of these lottery ones because I got screwed with 88 Lotto, where I thought I contributed $8,000 coins, not $8,000, that's crazy. 8,000 coins in the pre-sale for the lotto, but I think that might have been a donation now. It was like right there. I clicked the pre-sale button. It asked me how much I wanted to convert. I set it. I put the money in, and I never got the tokens. And then when the pre-sale was over, I was able to buy the V2, but I could only afford 946. I couldn't afford 8,000 because I thought I already bought the 8,000. So I don't know what happened with that. I don't know if they're going to put it in my wallet later. I have no idea what's going to happen. But there's no one to talk to. That's the other thing. You can't talk to anybody about any of these cryptos. There's no customer service. So, you know, so that's why I always tell people, do not make any financial investment decisions based on anything that I say. And make your research, and then only really put what you can afford to lose. Like, I can afford to lose all of that money that I put in, even though it was like in total, I had to convert, let's say, $1,400 in crypto profits to buy these other cryptos. If I lost it, I can care less, because that's profit. That's monopoly money. It's free money. Like, I'm not afraid. I just need to cash out my original investment, actually double, because you have to pay capital gains on it. So instead of the 3,500, I have to actually take out 7,000. So I'm waiting for my portfolio to grow to do that, so that I can at least break even, right? Plus, I'm actually going to owe money because I made all these other trades, so I have to pay capital gains on that. So just think about these things, because a lot of people don't tell you these things. And then at the end, you're like, oh my God, crypto killed me or suckered me or whatever. You didn't know. Now you know. Somebody told me that it's cheaper and you can avoid a lot of taxes if you create an LLC. Do not quote me on this. Do your own research. And you create the LLC or the corporation as an investment company, and then all the trades that you make are investment companies, and you don't have to worry about the capital gains. I still have to do research on that, and if that's the case, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So if anybody knows about that, please leave that below in the comments. Anything I'm talking about, comment, because I don't know everything. I make mistakes. I admit to it in the next video if I made a mistake. I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say. I'm really tired. When I'm this tired, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here, and I was talking to my friend for like 3 hours on the phone because she was like going through something. I know that I'm tired because I'm congested. I get mucus. I'm like, my body's like, go to bed, you know? So I'm going to go to bed before I can't breathe out of my nose right now. TMI, but now you know me, right? We can be friends. Okay, bye.